Today, Chacha Vauzz starts on the road with the St. Louis Cardinals, going to Miami before returning home to host the Braves and the Twins. And during Chacha's time up here with the Major League team, they've looked pretty impressive. It's been good enough to not only see them get to the top of the National League Central, but have a 2-game cushion. As for Chacha Vauzz individually, he's batting .366 with a .634 slugging, OPS at 1,000. The only issue really has been the strikeouts. That's something Chacha Vauzz needs to clean up here today. But when you also factor in that he is 100% on stolen bases and 100 on the field, he is playing a very clean start to his Major League career. As we get stuck on in Miami, set to face the Marlins, who have 15 wins, Chacha Vauzz looks to continue that high level of play, about 150 higher average than Nolan Gorman, who he replaced. But battling it out here with Ryan Weathers, has the count 2-2, pitch number 5. And Chacha just gets a little bit too underneath this one. Will be a fly out just slightly shaded to the left of center. But we'd much rather have flyouts than strikeouts. We'll jump to top of the second. Chacha leading off this order. And this time he's got a man on. 2 outs though. Ryan Weathers, pitch 34. Will be low. But giving this one a bit of a jolt. It's a diving grab in the outfield. Come on now. That looked like it was easily gonna be a double with an RBI, but Sanchez lays out for it and just gets the glove underneath it. If we're not gonna get a hit, then I at least want it to be a miraculous play, and that it was. We'll move to the field though as Agustin Ramirez steps up to bat. Average 167, not too good out the gate, but he does have a man in scoring range at second. 1 out here for Palante, and this will be a tapper to Chacha off the pitcher though, and will be a playmate at first as the runner advances to third. And ultimately, they would work their way around, taking the lead 2-1, top of the 5th. Chacha 0 for on the day. Once again has a man on first, and swings underneath that 98 fastball. Right now, Chacha, he's trying to keep that 9-game hitting streak alive. And with a tapper, it's to second. They're looking to turn 2, and they get it just in front of Chacha. Hasn't been a great start here in Miami. Might have 1, max 2 more attempts to get that hit. But our next appearance would come bottom of the 6th as the rest of the St. Louis Cardinals have come to bat, retaking that lead 4-3. As Pauly is stepping up to hit with 2 outs. Zach Thompson has checked into the game, and we just need to get out at either first or second. Rolled though to Chacha. It will be a play made over at first to end the 6th, keeping that lead intact for the Cardinals. At this point, we really want to get a hit. They're going to bring in Seth Martinez though to try to make sure we do not get that hit. It'll be a dynamic challenge facing him. Top of the 7th, we lead off. 0 for 3 on the day. We've got a ground out. We've got a fly out. How about we just focus on getting on base? Let the legs go to work with some bats behind. Chacha Vauzz waiting for his pitch. That one's a little too far inside. And he swings again on a slightly inside one, adding a strikeout to his list on the day, but that one did clip the zone, so it would have been a strike either way. For Chacha, his hitting streak might just end there as Kyle Isbell steps up to bat. It's Romero on the mound looking for that final out of the game. Rolled over to first will be an easy play. Cardinal keep the wins coming in, but it ends the 9-game hit streak for Chacha Vauzz, which will definitely affect the average, the OPS, and even the on-base percentage. But even with that being the case, that average is still well above 300. Everyone has a bad game here and there. But as we start game 2, bottom of the 1st, it's Kyle Isbell back up here to lead off. 0-2 count. We got Soroka on the mound. We just got to make a simple play. Over at first, keep that at least going 100 as Chacha doesn't overrun this one, kind of slowed up on the grass, but he'll make that throw to get the out. Now we just got to make sure he could still get some hits here. Average down to 333, OPS 911. 7 RBIs for him, has another runner on with nobody out. Batting 7th this game, so he goes up and down in that order quite often. And we'll miss the 96 four-seamer. And now getting way underneath that one. It's not a strikeout. But that ball goes at most 12 feet away from the plate. Bell comes in from first to record the out. So a very slow day at the plate for Chacha. Not so much, though, for the Cardinals or the Marlins. As Sanchez steps up to bat, bottom of the third, it's 3-3. 2 outs, no one on, though, as Soroka once again trying to get out of this inning. Chacha, he's looking for an out at first. And will be hit to his right side, taking the few steps over. Looking to make that throw well in front of Sanchez. Some payback for stealing that double in that last game. That should have been a hit. But how about we look to do so here with a dynamic challenge leading off top of the 4th. We just got the last out to close the bottom of the 3rd. Let's keep the train rolling here with some good play. Zebby Matthews, pitch number 46. Chacha Vauzz tried to turn on that circle change, high inner part of the plate. And once again, Chacha battling to pitch 8 here. It's a full count. 3-2. Payoff pitch incoming. And Chacha will smoke that one through the infield. It will be a base hit finally here for Chacha Vauzz. Just took to appearance number 7, I believe, at the plate. But for Nolan Gorman following behind, he's also been struggling at OPS at 554. There's a reason Chacha was called up. It's because of the lack of play made. Biozo's checked in this game, and Chacha's looking to go on him as that one's in the dirt. He'll have a stand-up steal, keeping that 100. And for the Cardinals, who are trying to find their lead, that does put him in scoring range. Pitcher looks his way. Once again is going to home as that one is in play. Chacha turns. He's digging, sliding, taking that lead for the St. Louis Cardinals. It'll be an RBI for Nolan Gorman, though. That's mostly Chacha Vauzz going to work. And we'll have a dynamic challenge right off of it. Top of the 5th, runner on second for Vauzz here. We would like to drive in 1 or more. Probably could have went with a token, as they would look to throw home. Chacha would be able to leg out that double. But with a 2-run lead, Chacha sends pitch 1 foul. And give him a 1 to hit. Not going to be in a great spot, and Chacha will not be able to leg that one out. So no RBI for Vauzz, but he does give us that run. We tack on an extra, and we head through middle of the 5th with a 2-run lead. But almost in a blink of an eye, Marlins respond with 4 runs, taking the lead 8-6, bottom of the 7th. Nathan stepping up to bat, facing Tink Hence. We could really use with an out here. 3-2 count. That one will be a bouncer over to Chacha, stepping in on it. Look to make the throw out at first, settling and finding that miss. As we look to try to regain that lead, it's top of the 8th with a dynamic challenge. Andrew Nardi has stepped up to the mound, his first pitch facing Chacha Vauzz. And we could really use with an extra base hit. We also use the multi-hit game as well. Nardi, low and Chacha swings. That one, though, is at a good spot. Chacha sends it down the third base line. He will have a stand-up double, putting one in scoring range for the Cardinal, top of the 8th. We all know with his kind of speed, too, he might look to steal, or he might even turn a ground out to first into an RBI hit. Nardi looking over at Chacha, though Chacha's going. That one's down in the dirt and slides in well ahead of the throw. Another steal here for Chacha Vauzz. That gives him 5 so far up here at the majors. Gorman just needs to get this one in play. Chacha gonna have to hold up as that one's going to be shallow center. He might have been able to go on that one, but not risking it with it being shallow center field. So then to Michael Hellman, the shortstop here up at the majors, 2 for 3 on the day. Would love to make that 3 for 4. Vauzz gets a little bit of an extra step, waiting for his hit. It'll be short, but Chacha slides in, and it will be a fielder's choice for Hellman. Plating 1. We need 1 more to tie, 2 to take the lead. That's simply how math works for you. And we would do more than just that. Top of the 9th, now looking for some insurance runs, as we've taken a 2-run lead. 10-8, nobody out. Man on first here for Chacha, though lacking some speed. And that one's down in the dirt. No speed to go to second. So Chacha Vauzz then maybe settle down that bat. Don't swing at things that are down in the dirt. That one's not. It's down the middle, but Chacha misses. And he lays down a bunt then. Chacha will leg that one out, putting 2 on then for the St. Louis Cardinals. Still with no outs. You don't always need the big hit. You just need to get on base. And that we do, well ahead of it. So then Nolan Gorman with a solo home run today in the 6th. We could use with another big hit here. Prefer it touched some grass with that 20 speed in front of us. Chacha gets an extra step. And that one is in play, almost hitting the pitcher. Chacha is going to dig for third. However, the guy at third did not run home. Chacha's pretty lucky to be back safe, but you could have made it there even with 20 speed. I guess up 2 runs with 3 on and nobody out. You don't have to push it. And that's what the guy in front of Chacha decided. Bases loaded, though, for Hellman. Vauzz midway, and that will be a fly to right field. Runner, those going back to third. This is why we really don't like when there's a slow person in front of Chacha Vauzz. Victor Scott batting 200. Chase Hampton stepping up on the mound here to try to get the Marlins out of this jam and give them a chance in the bottom of the 9th. That one, though, is going to be hit hard into the outfield. Chacha's going to dig, headed for home. A strong throw, though, is off the plate. Vauzz legs it out, and it's a 2 RBI single for Victor Scott. And that would see us through this game. 13-8. Cardinals take the first 2 games, taking the series as we head into the finale in Miami. And we'll get started out on that field. Bottom of the first, Xavier Edwards stepping up to bat, batting .317. Though it's our first time seeing him so far in this series, gonna try to turn a double play on him. 1 out, man on first. Will be a bouncer over to short. Chacha, he covers second. Looks to make the throw. Just late. Edwards legs it out. No fielder's choice for him, but dynamic challenge for Chacha Vauzz. Top of the 3rd, Marlins have taken a 4-run lead. As we're getting our first at-bat here. Well, last time we did this, it paid off pretty well. It's Perez on the mound, and he could pump 100 or throw a 79 12-6 curve. Let's see what he got here for Chacha Vauzz. Well, we'll foul tip that 4-seamer low inside. And there's that 12-6. It's in the dirt. Chacha came close to running out that strike, but it will be a strikeout on Vauzz. He went big swinging, and he came up empty. Not all these at-bats are going to be pretty. Neither is this game. 7-2 now, top of the 5th. Vauzz lays off of that high fastball. And then gives that one a jolt straight to the shortstop. It's just practice out here for them. With that 5-run lead, top of the 5th, Chacha retired. How about one more dynamic challenge then? With the bases juiced, it is top of the 6th. We could get ourselves back in the game here with a good hit. Let's try to drive in all runners here, though. We've got 20 speed, 26 speed, and 36 speed. We need a big hit here from Vauzz on Chase Hampton. And I'm pretty sure that one just went off the face of Ramirez, or at least with the guard in front. But definitely not a pitch Chacha should be swinging at. That one was well above the zone. We'll have to find our pitch here. That one looked good. It's not a big hit, but it will dump down, as Vauzz is going to have to hold up here at first, though it is a 2 RBI hit, making this a 7-4 ball game. We don't get all runners in, but we get enough to make this competitive now. Just got to worry a little bit about that 20 speed in front of us. Pajes going to give that one a little something, but the out will be made at first. He has not batted too well behind Chacha Vauzz. But we will have one more at-bat, top of the 7th. And we're just 1 run behind. Boucher now on the mound, another new man facing Chacha Vauzz. The lack of speed on the bases. Vauzz sends that one foul down the first base line. And he gave him one to hit, but it looks like Chacha just gets a little too far under that one. Down the middle, it's a couple steps for the right fielder to record that out and get out of the jam, maintaining that 1-run lead. They will get a man on here, bottom of the 7th. On first, though, 2 outs. It's a 2-2 count for Agustin Ramirez. He can bring some power if he can find that ball. With a 1.76 average, it's not been all too often. And he's going to bounce this one. Chacha just able to reach out to snag it. Flips it to second, keeping this game tight as we head to the 8th. And Chacha Vauzz, top of the 9th, will have a similar opportunity to that in the 7th against Tinoco. And Vauzz gives that one a jolt down the middle. 98 speed, will look to head home. Vauzz ties this game up in the top of the 9th. The Marlins have blown their lead as Chacha Vauzz provides the run. That, of course, with some speed actually on the bases for us. Now for Herrera, we could take a lead here. Or it's going to be a bouncer straight to the pitcher. Game is tied up. We got to make sure we keep it as such and send this one to extras. We'll head out here to get things going. Josh Bell leading off the inning. He's 2 for 4 with a home run and a triple. 2 RBIs, 2 runs. We would definitely love to get him out. We got Stefan on the mound with a 1-1 count. Just got to make a play at first. Oh, that one's going to go for a little bit of a ride. Going back and down. That 21 speed making his way to second with a stand-up double. But as we move forward, we would actually be bottom of the 10th now. Bell would not score, but they do have a man on second with 51 speed. 2 outs, 0-2 count Romero. We need a win, and that one is popped up. Chacha trailing back into shallow right, and will record the out. Cardinals come back here in Miami to sweep the Marlins. Chacha Vauzz tied it up in the 9th, and we take the lead in the 10th. Not too bad of a way to start this episode, winning the first series. We have the Braves up next, then the Twins. But as we head home, do we have any new equipment to debut? No, we've got just silvers across the board. Well, how about some upgrades then? And there's a couple things that were bothering me in that last series. We had several times where Chacha had good timing, though he missed on the swing. So I feel like we have to keep upgrading our plate vision here, so we'll tack the 7 on there. No overall boost. And as we return home, we're going to rock some throwback uniforms. That's one perk to finally being up here at the majors. A couple new sets of uniforms. This one I want to say was 1978. As we've got a runner on here for us, Chacha batting second. Waits on it, but fouls off the slider. In fact, a few more foul balls later, all of which have been in the center part of the zone. Chacha down 0-2. And they gave him another one down the middle. This one flying back and will touch down for a ground rule double. If that one didn't hop over, Chacha would have had at least an RBI. maybe even a triple. So for the Braves, count themselves lucky. Instead, that leaves it up to Ivan Herrera here, who has 2 on, nobody out. No chance to steal here for Chacha Vauzz with that double. Strider, though, gives that one a little bit of something. And once again, Herrera retired behind Chacha Vauzz, but it is a sacrifice as the runner scores from third. I wonder if that's a decent part of a team. Maybe not batting 3, maybe 6 or 9. Consistently getting out at first, but racking up RBIs. That's a style of play you don't see all too often. Strider, though, he's trying to get Chacha out, but that pitch a little wild. Maybe he should do that again and miss. Chacha might be able to score on something like that, as that one is bounced deep in second. Chacha slides in, and it's a 2-run lead with both runners being out at first. And it looks like we probably did the same thing again come top of the second. It's a 3-run lead for the St. Louis Cardinals as Austin Riley steps up to bat. We got Littell on the mound, and he's got a 3-2 count with nobody out. Chacha waiting for that one. It would be a dribbler to him. We'll sit, wait for it to come, collect, and throw him out at first. A pretty good start to this game with a dynamic challenge to follow. Chacha has a chance at an RBI with a man on second. Why not try to drive him in? Again, probably could have went for that token. We're just not reading. We're just moving too fast, but that's what Chacha does. He also swings at high fastballs not in the zone. But sometimes he also swings at low ones. That one, though, going back to the wall. Runner moves to third. Chacha just needs to get that one in play. He tried to lay down the bunt, but it sneaks inside the bat. And it's a strikeout as Vauzz tried to squeeze play to bring home the runner. I guess if you get one good bunt, you have to have one bad bunt to balance things out. But the Braves take advantage of that as Ozzie Albies steps up to bat. He's got a man on second and third. 2 outs with a 1-run lead. 4-3, top of the third. That will be hit over to Chacha, who will bobble it in the gap here, try to collect. But that's going to be an error on Chacha. His first up at the majors, and there goes the 1,000. Well, let's try to balance it then with a dynamic challenge. We all score, that would tie this game, but bringing home at least 2, I think, is the key part here for us. So that's what we're going to look for. Drive in both runners. Strider has pitch number 65. That will make its way inside the zone. On the first few times, Chacha sits on a pitch, and it's in the zone. That one is as well diving to block it, but Chacha will have the base, loading them full for Ivan Herrera. This is the time for him to step up and make the big hit. 0 for 2 on the day, though the average is 321. I don't know if I've ever seen him get a hit. This one's going to be scooped. Down in the outfield, Chacha, he's going to dig on into third as the runner is thrown out at home. Ozzie Albies. That's why you don't want to run on that guy. But we follow it with another dynamic challenge, a very similar opportunity, though this time it's just 1 out. Chacha, this time they do not have a double or better. It's advance the runners, RBI, base hit, or home run. Let's go for some more ribbies as Dylan Lee has stepped onto the mound. Pitch number 12, 2-run lead as he tries not to blow it. And Chacha, he tried to turn on that slider, swinging early but misses. Not gonna miss on that one. It's going back to the left fielder's mitt. Might have been a little too excited with the sound of that hit. No runners advance, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the 6th. And one would score, but so would a few more for Atlanta. We move bottom of the 8th. 9-5. We got some more work to do. Scott Barlow on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. Vauzz looking for another hit, but is well in front of that 81 slider. As Chacha dances around some of these pitches, runner advances to second, scoring range for Vauzz. as he sends that one almost straight to center. Powerful hit there from Vauzz. It just didn't land anywhere good. And that would ultimately take us to the end of this game. 9-5. The Braves take game one in St. Louis. A couple good hits there from Vauzz, a couple missed opportunities. We'll look to bounce back in game two. In fact, we'll be trying to bounce back with a boss challenge. We are 0 for 3 in these types of challenges. Leading off the game, though, can we finally have one fall here for Chacha Vauzz? As we will be looking to hit a double or better on Chris Sale. First pitch is inside. Chacha sits. Well, how about pitch two then? We're looking at a range of 97 to 76. Vauzz reaches on the one outside, was inside the zone. Swinging strike, 1-1 count. And gets a piece of that one. It's not gonna be a double. So challenge technically failed, but we do get the hit and we get on base. And if you go back and look at the last couple boss challenges, we didn't get a hit on those. So we're gonna take that. And we always know Chacha Vauzz with his speed, he could turn a single into a double. But he waits on that one. Maybe he shouldn't have. Double play in action. And both are out. Shoulda stolen. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. How about we try to get something better on him the next time? As we step up to bat here, no one on for Chacha, leading off the third, 1 run apiece. And Vauzz sending that one, angling foul off the net. And another one to the left side, another base hit for Chacha Vauzz. 2 for 2 on the day against Chris Sale, both of which have been singles. And as Lars Nootbaar steps up to bat, this time maybe we do think about stealing, taking away that ground into the double play. And the manager also agrees, signaling to steal, so Vauzz with that extra step. Though I think Chris Sale knows the call. He'll try to get Vauzz to no avail, and he'll go right back to taking that extra step. Waiting for that leg kick. Vauzz is going as that was sat on. But it will be another steal here for Chacha Vauzz, keeping that one at least 100 for now. Puts us in range for Lars Nootbaar as Vauzz again getting that extra step. Sale doesn't like it, but Vauzz just back in time. He's worried we're going to steal on him twice. And that we just might, as Vauzz goes for third. No hit attempt. And we're in safely, as it is a walk. I was waiting for the call there from the ump, didn't hear it. But Vauzz is in. Though no runner at first. Maybe he struck out instead. I don't know. But we're going home here with only 1 out. It's going to be Contreras retired, but a sacrifice hit as we take the lead here, bottom of the third. Now we just got to hold on to that lead in this one. Quinn Matthews on the mound for us. Top of the fourth, he already has 51 pitches. Facing Matt Olson, who's 1 for 1 on the day with a single of his own. No one on, 1 out, 0-1 count. And it'll be Vauzz taking a couple steps in on this one, looking to make a simple play at first this time, not off the glove. But just like that, as we move forward, it's now 5 runs for Atlanta. So they storm back here, but Chacha just keeps hitting singles on Sale. I think he's got to work on some new pitches if it's become this easy for a rook. That puts us on again here for Lars Nootbaar, 3rd time this game. Now we need 3 runs. So, stealing situation, you guessed it. Chacha Vauzz with that extra step. Sale checking him a couple times, but Vauzz goes. No hit attempt from Nootbaar. Vauzz in safely. That's our 3rd steal this game alone, giving us 8 on the season. Vauzz doesn't go this time as it's going to be bobbled. Chacha will make it over to 3rd, though sits there with the out at first. If he did attempt to steal, perhaps he would have been able to round like we've seen a couple times. Contreras will need a hit here to get us a little bit closer. 2 outs. That one's hit down the 3rd base line, but it'll be Contreras out at first. No RBI this time. We stay down. Don't want to lose a series. Our first series loss in a while at home. It's Arcia stepping up here. We've seen him a little bit over at second while we've been stealing. Looking to make a double play. Zach Thompson on the mound with a bouncer. Chacha provides the tag. Looks to make the throw a little high, but he's got it. Double play, Chacha Vauzz. Oh, it did look like the runner almost ran around him. But how about a dynamic challenge? Bottom of the 7th as they now have 7 runs. Where are these runs coming from? They must be hitting solo shots because we're not seeing while we're out there. Do have a runner on second. We're going to try to bring him home. Get us at least a little bit tighter here. Dylan Lee, he's on the mound. Bob's looking for another hit. And he crushes that one foul. And strikeout. He swings under the 94 fastball. High inside, but it was inside the zone. So Lee gets the best of Chacha, the only time he was retired in that one. And it is the Braves taking the series 7-2 here in St. Louis, though we still have one more game to play. And for Vauzz, he would love to make sure it's at least a positive end here before we welcome in the Twin. Jankowski stepping up to bat here. Palante on the mound for us. Top of the first, 1 out. And that'll be a grounder over to Chacha. Going to take a few steps in. Routine play here for Vauzz, making the out to Contreras. And another boss challenge. All right, then. We got the single the last time. How many bosses, though, do the Atlanta Braves have as we step up? Batting 7th, it's bottom of the 2nd. Vauzz, once again, wants to go big hit swinging here. At least a double, 98 to 78. A good split here. Vauzz had the slider he wanted, but he misses. And in fact, that's 2 that he's liked. At a good spot, low in the zone, good to drive. Schwellenbach, though, 0-2 count. And Vauzz swings through the curveball. A perfect 1-2-3 there from Schwellenbach, and we are still waiting to complete our first boss challenge. But we sacrificed that challenge for bottom of the 3rd. Bases juiced here for Chacha Vauzz. And already a new pitcher is in the game, so everyone else did pretty well on their boss challenges. It's Martinez. And he left a 92 fastball for Chacha, but he swung just a little early. Only collects a piece of it. 0-1 count, 1 out here. Vauzz. That's a circle change below the zone. Got to settle down some of these swings here. And it's another one in the dirt, Chacha. What are you doing here? Stop thinking of grand salamis. And how about just get a hit like we did in the entire game, too? Cost us a chance to really extend that lead. Luckily, we already had a good one. 4-0 here, top of the 4th. Travis yet again stepping up. Chacha looking to put him out. With only 1 out here, 1-2 count. This again will be a grounder over to Chacha. Rinse and repeat from the first time out in the field. We'll get that out at first. How about we take advantage of something at the plate? Bottom of the 6th, we lead off. We're 0-for-2 in this one with 2 strikeouts. So how about we simply get on the bases. Don't focus on the big hit, the double, or a grand salami. We just need a hit. And taking a good one low. Give the love to Chacha on there for finally taking one. And I'm pretty sure the manager told Chacha, I better not see that bat leave your shoulder for the first 3 pitches, because he didn't even swing at number 2. But it's a 3-0 count here for Vauzz. And it's a fastball down the middle. So 3-1 here. Chacha now has the green light. He can swing if he likes it. Vauzz sends that one foul. Now we have a full count, 3-2. Vauzz takes the base. You could argue on that one for sure. But it's the first career walk for Chacha Vauzz. And you could argue it should have been his 3rd strikeout of the game. But for Nolan Gorman, he now has someone on the bases. Chacha with that extra step. Martinez looks over his shoulder. He's going home as Chacha's going to second. This one is in play. Chacha rounds over to 3rd and slides in ahead of the throw. A base hit there for Nolan Gorman. puts man on the corner here for the St. Louis Cardinals. And it's Michael Hellman stepping up to bat. 242 average, as that one is not going to make its way through, but it will be a fielder's choice as they get the out at second. Chacha scores, making this 5-0. And a dynamic challenge coming right off of that. Come on now, Atlanta, what's up with this? Is it you or is it the show? Because it's now 5-4, and we need some more insurance runs here. That means Chacha, he's got to get on the bases. Joe Jimenez trying to keep any more runs from scoring. Batting .379, Chacha takes the slider low. And Chacha again here trying to practice his patience as the count to 2-2. Two inside, though he swung out one inside, one outside. That one would have been ball 3, but he fouls off the slider. We're just running up the count here. Pitch number 8 now, still 2-2. And there it is. The circle change low finally gets Chacha Vauzz. It will indeed be 3 strikeouts in this game, and it leaves the game out of our hands. As the Braves have taken the lead. Come on now. We're not trying to get swept at home. Herrera, get a hit here. Keep this inning going. He kept the bat on his shoulder. Not a good look here for St. Louis. At home in the first of 2 series. Braves sweep us with a 6-5 comeback win in the 9th. When we started this episode, we talked about wanting to fix the strikeouts, and frankly, we haven't. The K percentage was at about 19.4. That's now up to 22.1. We did finally get our first walk. The WAR has increased. The fielding did drop a little bit, but the stolen bases still sitting at a fantastic, perfect percentage. But I think we need to calm things down at the plate while still making sure we're keeping that batting average high. So to keep trying to do that, this time we're going to raise up the clutch by 1. And reaction for the fielding will also go up. And that will take us from a 73 up to a 74. So as we remain here in St. Louis, we've got a course correct following the slide from that last series. The Twins step in, and this is our 3rd boss challenge of the episode. We had just about as many leading up to today's episode, so this has been a little bit of some action-packed performance here. And while I would love to just get a double here, we are already down 5 runs, bottom of the 2nd, so the pitching seemingly has fallen apart here in St. Louis. Lopez has fastballs inside. That one, though, was at a good spot, just a little high in the zone, and Chacha will fly out to center field. Just got a little too far underneath it. And the Twins will be able to hold on to their already large lead, and in fact, grow it, nearly doubling it. It's now 8-0, bottom of the 4th. Runner on here for Chacha Vauzz. Lopez, pitch number 62, is well outside and high. That one, though, it's rinse and repeat. We let the first one by the first time, then we sky up the second one that looked like it was in a good spot. Lopez just pitching for good contact, and it's working out here for the Twins. 8-0 through the 4th. As we move along then to top of the 6th, we do finally get a run on the board, but it might be a little bit too late. Tinkens, he's on the mound, and that'll be a slow hit ball rolled over to Chacha. We'll make the out, our first appearance out on the field this game. Haven't needed it, I'm assuming, because of home run after home run. As we now get to bottom of the 7th, Chacha Vauzz looking to get another hit here and show some patience. That's a bad call from the ump, but I'll take it. 1-0, as that one was definitely inside the bottom lower outside of the zone. And another one skied up, angling foul, but the third baseman steps back fair to make that catch. Vauzz with 3 flyouts / pop-outs in this game. It'll end up being an 0-for then for Chacha, same as the last game. He had the walk at least in that one, but nothing doing for any of the Cardinals in this one. Now, not that it's at really any bad spot. Average at 357 and has dipped with these strikeouts and these pop-outs. Another one that could have went to the strike, but instead called ball. The umps on the side of Chacha here. We just got to get the hits when they give us one. Good timing, weak contact sends it foul. Ooh! Chacha not swinging on that one, but he still gets a hit. It's just in his back. And that'll be a free base here for Vauzz, which will help the on-base percentage. Nolan Gorman following behind, still batting around that 215 to 217 mark. We've seen that from him all episode long. Joe Ryan, we want to steal on you because he hit Chacha, and he's trying to still throw us out. Can't give us a free base and then try to throw him. So how about we just get our extra lead? Vauzz has that leg kick. He's gone as it is in play. Pumping the brakes. Though he can go ahead and trot around. It's a home run. Two-run shot, Nolan Gorman. And that gets us on the board here in St. Louis. Could have used some of that in the last couple days, but it gives us a lead here, bottom of the second, because we were actually trailing heading into that at-bat. And it's just a whole bunch of fireworks to shoot off here in the middle of the day. But as we jump forward, yet again, bad news. Minnesota Twins have retaken their lead, so much for those fireworks. It's 4-3. And Vauzz, he's got to, I don't know, take this ump out for a steak dinner or something. But Chacha, he would be the courteous one. And he would give him another strikeout, that time looking. I guess that's the bad part when the ump keeps giving you these favorable calls. Shrinks the strike zone in your head and you stare at one that you should have went swinging on. We move to top of the fifth with a runner on here for the Minnesota Twins. 2 outs, and that one will be a grounder over to Chacha. Look for the quick flip. Save that arm a little bit here as we get out of the middle. But we really need some hits here in St. Louis. We haven't seen too many over this series stretch. As we step up to bat, someone would get this game tied up. Don't have an update on that. Wish we did. Joe Ryan still on the mound here, bottom of the sixth with pitch 67. And Chacha swings on that one, but misses the 92 fastball. And he went to try to bunt. It's a wild pitch. And Chacha still thrown out as he was too angry at the plate to start running immediately. A weird couple games here for Vauzz. We've seen him basically go 100% at the plate, and then in the following game, go over. Trying to cut this one off, has to slow up as the ball does, and he'll make that throw well ahead of schedule. Top of the eighth, 1 out here, with the game tied up 4 apiece. But as we then flip it to bottom of the eighth, still tied up, 2 outs, runner on here for Chacha, who's 0 for 2 in this game with a hit by pitch. We could really use with a single here or even a double. Try to take a lead. Gives us one to hit. Vauzz just a little bit under it. And it'll be an easy play made by the right fielder. He's getting good timing on these swings. He's just not quite making the contact we're used to. As we go top of the ninth, if we want another chance to bat, we got to make sure we keep this game tied up. Royce Lewis, though, he's looking to do the opposite. With a man on first, nobody out. It's Johnny Stephan on the mound. Pitch number 25 for him. We're looking to turn a double play, as that one will be hit over to short. Gets the flip. Vauzz will have the out at first in time. We still might not even have a chance to bat as bottom of the 10th. We are on deck. And it's Nolan Arenado with 2 on. Giving this one a jolt into the outfield and caught. Runner, though, will find his way home. It's a walk-off sacrifice hit. The Cardinals take the game. Chacha with a no-hitter, but we will take that as we finally get back into the win column, especially at home. As we head into what I believe is our final game of the episode, we would like to finish strong here, get some hits with Chacha Vauzz, but first we got to get Larnach out. And it's Zach Littell on the mound for us in this one. Gonna be a hard hit over to Chacha, who's gonna just really suffer with that timing attempt, but he will block the ball, look to make the play over at first. Accurate throw, but it's not in time. Keeps it maybe to just a single. That might just be a nice thing to say. We'll look to respond, bottom of the second. That average down to 342, though overall still a really good spot. Chacha has a man on first, nobody out, and it's Ober on the mound. So how about we get something done here? Got a good mix of pitches, and he'll sit on that first one, the 82 slider outside. And getting a piece, slicing foul. Count is now 2-2 with only one true pitch in the zone here. Two just below, one outside. And it's another one low, but in the zone. Chacha swings through another strikeout here from Vauzz. He's got to find a way to dial that in. As we move to bottom of the fourth now. Still a runner on here for Chacha at second. That one is high, just above the zone. And I think these pitchers know what to do against Chacha. Just pitch around the corners. Don't leave him anything down the middle. 2-2. And Vauzz goes fishing for it outside. Another strikeout. Can we at least get a hit with a dynamic challenge then? 5-3. Another run on here for Chacha Vauzz. Bottom of the sixth. And Chacha Vauzz would love to tie this game up here. That average down to 333. Haven't got a pitch inside so far from him. And he gave us one almost down the middle, but Chacha sends it foul with good contact a little bit early. And instead, another strikeout. What's going on here, Chacha? You're blowing it right now. Been just about as bad as what the team in general looked like in that Atlanta Braves series. Now Chacha's bat has disappeared. They're at least keeping this game close, but Jose Miranda, he's trying to open things up here. Nobody out or runner on. It's top of the seventh. And Chacha, he's going to have to make a tough play here. Having to just decide to get one. And he pulls the baseman, but I'm pretty sure there was nothing wrong with the mechanism there. I just think it's not Chacha's day. Simply put, game's trying to help us out with some dynamic challenges. Bottom of the eighth, can we at least just get a hit? Topa on the mound. We're down 3. Runner on for Chacha. 2 outs, and it's a sinker Chacha gets a piece of. And reaching out for this one. It'll finally bloop down. Chacha, though, he's going to be a little bit stuck in a pickle. Out at first. He saw the runner going home, thought the fielder would go home. Tried to leg out the double. Will still count as a single, so it's a hit for Vauzz, but he's out trying to get greedy. As for Ivan Herrera, he's barely got 2 singles in this, so as our bat disappears, his comes alive. He's 309 batting average now. With a runner on first, we are down 2 runs. We need a hit here to keep us alive. As that one is stopped by the second baseman, digging it out of the dirt. Twins take this series as we lose 2 in a row. That is a rough ending to this episode here for Vauzz and for the St. Louis Cardinals in general. If we just take a look here at these recent games, we got that 250 with that throw out at first, trying to leg out the double. But 3 games in a row where we go 0 for. We then have that 750 game, a couple 400s, a 600, another 0 for. So it's very much a mixed bag here for Chacha Vauzz, but still over this stretch of games, thanks to those big games, we do bat 317. In total, though, we're seeing this strikeout percentage just balloon. Up 6% this episode alone, so that really needs to get sorted out. That WAR drops from what was just 1 pre-Twin series down to 0.6, which was lower than where we started this episode. So things definitely fluctuating. 2 errors in this episode they listed as. The stolen bases, though, still sitting in perfection. Some work to do for sure. It's not going to be perfect. No one's perfect. But even for a rookie batting 338 after 77 at-bats, I still think that's pretty solid. So how about you leave Chacha Vauzz some love, smash that thumbs up, and while you're at it, make sure you stick around by hitting that bear icon on the bottom right or scrolling down, tapping that sub button, and also hitting that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. As next time on Thursday, we will have the Braves again. This time on the road, we could get some quick revenge. Then we got the Cubs, finishing with an Arizona series at home. We did not play well at home at all, only picking up 1 win in 6 games. We've got to correct that. But that'll be for next time, Cha-Cha. As for now, we'll leave it off here. We do have a triple header tomorrow with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the big game on Friday with Stanford taking on Cal. We'll see you around as Chacha Vauzz looks to finally see some balls leave his bat and find grass in the field of play.